Hey y'all, this is Brett, and today I want to talk about eating foods in courses and the advantages of that. And oftentimes I'll be like, oh, well, that's not going to be ready at the same time as that, or that's not going to be ready at the same time as that. But you know what? It's okay. Just eat each food singularly. And you know, the benefits of that, the main benefit, is that you're only having to digest one food at a time, which is really good. And speaking of that, you know, oftentimes I'll make something that's just really simple. In fact, most of the time, I just make simple dishes. And the less crazy combinations that you create, the better you're going to be able to digest your food. And so right now, I've got some cod cooking. Yummy, that looks good, huh? It was on sale at the local health food store. And so I've got that cooking, and if this gets going a little bit faster, it'll be done soon after that. But I'm just like so hungry that I want to eat some food like soon. And this squash is not going to be done anytime soon. That's still got 40 minutes on it. And so I'm just gonna eat that fish, and maybe by the time I'm done eating that fish, some of that broccoli will be ready to eat. Perfect! Then I'll have digested the fish. Now, I once read a book. The guy's name was Tony Hensley, I believe it was, something like that. He was a triathlete, and he'd written a book on nutrition. And this was one of the first books that I ever read. And it talked about how you should eat the protein food first. I don't know if that's true. I can tell you that I don't know if that's true. But, you know, it's good to experiment. That's the motto for that. It's good to experiment and find out what works for you. What works for you may be somewhat universal for other people or somewhat not. It depends on a lot of different things. People can be sensitive, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but people can be sensitive to one particular type of a food, like an acidic food. Say that you're really overly acidic. You might be sensitive to all different kinds of acidy foods for different other reasons. Like maybe, for instance, you're also sensitive to citrus foods. And so if you eat grapefruit or lemons especially, or limes, that really bothers you for a couple of different reasons. Maybe you have Norwegian type ancestry like me, and you just cannot handle consuming such a tropical food like citrus. But anyways, I do holistic consultations, and it's not expensive. It's only $50 for an hour, which is a lot less than most people. And we can talk on Skype, and I can break the shit down and figure out exactly like where you need to go, what direction you need to go. And people have so many questions in their heads about so many different things that they would get a massive amount of feedback, which is what I give. I don't do advice. So I want to thank you for joining me.